Hello and welcome to Tuesday DJ Gig Tips, brought to you by Vibo, the music planning app. And how cool is this? We actually have a Tuesday DJ Gig Tip that's going up on a Tuesday. Kind of, it depends on what time zone you live in. But anyway, I saw a post on social media that has inspired this week's tip. When we think about taking over DJing to the next level, there are several things that I think we take into consideration. One is our equipment. We want really cool equipment, right? We want the newest, latest, and greatest controller or mixing board. I know this because the Pioneer stuff just was released, the new stuff for 2022, and a lot of you guys lost your minds. Anybody who put up some kind of clickbait post claiming to know something about this new equipment before it was released got mad views. By the way, just a side note, I didn't do that. Even if I may or may have not had information on this particular piece more so than anybody who posted some kind of clickbait link. Neither here nor there. This is something that a lot of us aspire to have. We think this is going to make us better or take us to the next level. There are things like your light show. You want a really cool banging light show. You also want great sound, speakers. You think about these kind of things. And the one thing that I think some people miss is the audience's point of view. The post that I read said that somebody had said to them, I really don't care what the DJ's equipment is, or how much they talk on the mic or anything else. As long as the music's good, that's all I care about. And they said, I never considered it from that perspective. Now, for some of you, this may be some serious Captain Obvious stuff. But remember, we're all on different levels here. We're all analyzing this in different ways. But, when you take good sound, good equipment, good lighting, and music and mixing, by the way, and look at it from an audience's point of view or your average partygoer's point of view, things might change a little bit. For instance, let's say that you're really good at scratching. So you scratch a lot. Have you considered whether or not your audience really wants to hear that? Let's say that you have a light show that's just blasting your audience all the time. Is it painful to them? Are you shining lights in their eyes, or are you creating a cool light show? What does it look like from the audience's point of view? What about your sound system? Is it loud? Well, is it too loud? Because you got to remember what's going on out there. Things like a wedding reception. This is a social event. People are seeing each other that haven't seen each other in a long time. When they do that, they typically want to have conversation. If they have to scream at each other to have that conversation over your music, two things happen. They get tired from screaming. I know I do. Their ears may hurt, so that's causing fatigue. And the other thing, I guess there's three things, is that, they may just give up and leave so they can have a more painless conversation out in the hallway. You've just lost some people who are out talking. You want to keep as many people in the room as possible. That's what I want to do anyway. So when I design a sound system, I make sure that the good loud hotspot is on the dance floor. Yet anywhere off of the dance floor, you can have a conversation without screaming at anyone. It doesn't hurt anybody's ears. In that regard, I make decisions on my sound system, not only the speakers and the volume, but the mixing board or controller that I'm using has to have really clean inputs and outputs and a really good sound card. So I'm producing the best sound possible. And my music files need to be the best music files that I can reasonably get. None of this low bitrate stuff. I'm going with 320k MP3. A lot of you may say, hey, you know what? Waves better, FLAC's better. Yeah, it's very true. But I think 320k MP3 is pretty good. And the results that I get through my sound system with that, I think is very good. And that's even the versions of songs you play. Perhaps you do a lot of remixes. Sometimes those are cool. Sometimes there's a song that's not really danceable, but if you get a remix of it, it is. Other times, the radio edit is not only familiar to most, but is danceable. So why play the unfamiliar remix? You might get a better response with not only playing the radio version, but playing the whole thing. Beat mixing is something that a lot of us love to do. and we like to start at this BPM and get to that BPM, or we do different sets throughout the night where there's hills and valleys. Choosing the next song based on BPM may or may not be the best choice for the audience in front of you. Knowing your audience in front of you, I think, is going to give you the answer as to whether or not that's the way to go. It may or may not be. But the key is to know that audience in front of you and put yourself in their place. Think about what they might like and what they might appreciate and what's going to keep them around and what's going to give them a great party. It's probably not the new Pioneer controller. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you so much. If you have new suggestions for a Tuesday DJ gig tip, let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.